I'll win somehow. So give up on the battle, baby. It's hard, I know.
Yeah, I ain't sleeping lately. I ain't sleeping lately. And yes, I know that I'm the only person that can change me. Maybe that's why I ain't changing. That's why I ain't changing. I got too much on my mind. I guess I don't know how to face it. I just don't know how to face it.
Huge thank you to whoever it was. I think it was Jordan Woods that recommended I start listening to NF, especially in the gym. You were absolutely correct. I got a CD and almost every single song on there is amazing. So I appreciate that. You guys always give me some good advice. Would highly recommend you guys check him out as well. Ironically, he's a Christian rapper, and it doesn't really sound like Christian rap music outside of the fact that he does not curse, so I really like it. It's very enjoyable. I feel like when you don't just throw the F word around every second, then you actually have to break into your vocabulary, and I think it's just really interesting to find you can actually talk in sentences without cussing somebody out. How amazing is that? Let's get into the workout, guys. So this is the power squat day, and I'm only working with 335 pounds. You'll see that it does look a little bit tough from the look on my face, at least. And I was a little bit disappointed by that because I have hit this for 8 reps before, and I know I did not have 8 in the tank on this particular day, but we are just going to follow the program and see where it takes us. I learned my lesson. We'll see. I did stick with the 335, and I don't even know what percentage that is off the top of my head. Just doing some quick math, that's probably 80%. So afterwards, I moved on to the front squat, and this is something I really need to work on. And I don't know if it's just the angle of my spine. I do have slight scoliosis that I never got taken care of, which I don't really think that there's much you can do when it's not severe. I don't think you're supposed to go in for surgery or anything like that. But you can see that I have a lot of what looks to be upper back rounding. But even when I'm standing, you can see that I have the upper back rounding. So I don't know if that's an issue or not. If you guys have any good insights on that, please let me know. The best thing about this workout is that my hips gave me no trouble, and I think that the biggest attributing factor to that is the Saturday before this is a Monday, by the way. On Saturday I did speed deadlifts, so I wasn't doing heavy deadlifts, and then I went in for, on Sunday, a rep bench day, and then I came into power squats. So had I done power deadlift, power bench, and then power squats, by Monday my hips might have been shot, and that is what I was experiencing in my last training cycle. So I hate to jinx it right now, but so far my hips are feeling really good. And after this we moved on to the GHR, and I just want to tell you guys that I had to sneak this in so quick because there was someone, you see that blue ball back there in the corner doing a little superset back there, and I did not want to get her on camera. I know that women probably do not want me pointing a camera at them, and you got to be respectful when you're a big enough douchebag to bring a camera in the gym. Speaking of douchebags, how douchey is it that Brandon puts Campbell Rose in his own program, and not only that, he doesn't even spell it right? What an idiot. So moving into the next day, well, I should say the day after that, because the next day was an off day, and then this Wednesday was another bench rep day. And the only difference between this and the Sunday before it, which was also a bench rep day, is that this was all touch and go reps, whereas Sunday was all pause reps. And I've heard a lot of different conversations on this. How much does your strength vary between touch and go and paused? Oddly enough, I have talked to a few people who said their pause bench is stronger than their touch and go. Maybe that's just an issue with technique. I'm not exactly sure. I would think that it would always be stronger touch and go. And for me, it is. Not by much. There's not like a big swing of strength, so I'm using 225 here, and it felt pretty good. Nothing overly challenging. And what I liked about this workout in particular is that each set got better, in my opinion. So the last set felt better than the first, and that's one thing that I'm really focusing on. I feel like anytime you're doing 3 or 4 sets, it's easy to kind of just get mentally out of it. At least for me. I mean, I must have ADD because I get pretty bored with things. So by the 4th set, I'm like, oh my goodness, I've already done this like 3 times. Do I really have to do it again? And by focusing on making that last set just as good, if not better, than the first set, I think is really going to be very beneficial in the long run. At least that's my theory. I don't have any evidence to back that up, of course. And after the touch and go flat press, we moved on to the incline press. I have not done this in months, so I wasn't even exactly sure where to start. Started with 135 pounds here, was entirely too light. I think I ended up hitting it for 12 reps or so. So then I bumped it up to 155 pounds, I believe, and I also took very minimal rest. So even though 155 pounds was not too taxing on my body, it was by that third set because I only took about 45 seconds break, and you guys can probably tell by looking at me, I don't have that good of conditioning. So it was actually pretty enjoyable just because it's something new and different. Usually after any type of bench press, I should say, I would move into a dumbbell press or shoulder press. So we'll see. I don't know how many weeks this is in the program. My guess is at least until block 1, and I will also be bumping up the weight next week just to see what I can do. And then we move on to the speed overhead presses. I'm only doing 2 reps with 95 pounds. I am going to show you all 7 sets here, or 6 sets I should say, just because it goes pretty quick. But that's going to conclude the workout footage, my friends. And now we get to go on to some awesome stories and some awesome food, and you guys are going to love it. So please like the video. If you do, I would really appreciate that. And I'll talk to all of you guys very soon. So you go to a party, right? You know you're gonna run into some characters. That's one of the things I love about parties. No matter where you're at, you're gonna be with a wide range of people, and that's good. I love people watching. There's nothing better. So let's start with my favorite type of person, like this guy right here. They came to the party for one reason: to get as hammered as humanly possible in as short amount of time as they can. And that's awesome because they always have the best time. And true story, I have actually had to pin this guy to the bed until he passed out, because had he left, he would have been arrested. And I'm that good of a friend. So that's person number 1. Person number 2, they're gonna take it a little bit easier. They're gonna pace themselves. So they're just gonna have a few drinks, you know, get to feeling good, but they actually make it to the bar. Whereas the first person, no shot. I mean, they had passed out hours ago. And I tell you this, you're probably like, well, where are you going with this? Because we are gonna have a little bit of a party here, and we have got a lot of food to get through. But I am gonna go with person number 2 because I'm boring and no one likes me. We're gonna take it easy. So we are gonna start out here with a boring old salad. We just have some spinach, carrots, what else is in there? Corn, an onion, and that's gonna be the first thing, and then we'll get into some more exciting food. Alright, got that finished up, feeling good, got this little food buzz going on, and we're still not going to go full throttle. We might have a shot, maybe another beer. We're not going to go over to the beer bong and start bonging wine, although I have seen that before. Crazy white people, as I'm sure you can imagine. But what I'm going to be starting is some buffalo chicken. All I did was mix 2 hot sauces in this bowl, and I diluted it with water just so you don't have to use as much hot sauce. Then I'm going to be using some of this shake and bake seasoning. This stuff is really good, so you don't have to use a little fancy bag that they give you. You can just bread your chicken like you'd use any Planko breadcrumb or anything like that. And if you're getting tired of chicken, try this out. This stuff is delicious every single time. Have I ever lied to you? Okay, we're still coherent, still pre-gaming. I'm gonna throw these chicken nuggets into the oven, and on the side with that, I'm gonna be having some baked beans. I don't know why I like these so much, but I just had the whole can just because it sounded good. That is one of my favorite sounds in the entire world. So I've been eating this stuff non-stop lately. I would highly recommend picking this up if you guys ever see it at the store. I got mine at Costco. We are just gonna layer some of that in some of these tortillas and get them ready for when the chicken is done. Today is a very monumental day for my channel. You know how Chris Jones has the GAF criteria when he cooks? Well, I think I'm finally going to make it official that when I make something that is just better than usual or something that you have to try, I think it's going to be called Rich Homie, and this chicken is so rich, homie.
Last night, I'm barely sober. I think I need to come back down. The party's over. There were 2 drunk girls in the bathroom. My boy's dad came home, he was mad cool. Had the time of my life, it all felt right. Can't believe that we gon' do the same thing tonight.
DJ Rockstar.
Weatherman, coffee, sunshine. I woke up drunk with my girl on my mind. I only think about it sometimes. I wish your dad one time, whatever. take a sip of this Don Pizzy and get busy. I hope this pizza.
Now we're feeling a little bit drunk. It's time to go out and dance a little bit, which is the only time I would ever dance, and even I'd have to be. Anyway, we're not gonna get into that. I've got some pudding here. I've been making this a lot lately. I've really been enjoying it. So I took the fat-free, sugar-free pudding mix, added some Greek yogurt and some protein powder, and I'm gonna add a few things to it, but this leads in to another story. As if you guys have not gotten enough stories for this video, but I'll try to keep it brief. So, when I was a kid, I had a pretty rough upbringing. I had these things called rules, and one of the rules of my house was I was not allowed to crawl on the countertops, which, I mean, for the most part, I obeyed. You know, it wasn't that big of a deal. Nothing I needed to be up there, like I said, for the most part. However, my dad had this stupid cookie jar. I hated this thing. It was a cow, and you took its head off to get inside of the cookie jar. Well, he put it like all the way at the top. It's hard to explain, but this little bay window type of thing. So I had to crawl on the cabinet to get to the cookie jar. So, of course, it's one thing I had to do. So I get up there, and as I'm taking the head off of the cow, I look down in there, and I hear Travis, you know, getting yelled at. And I was furious, not because I was getting in trouble, but because I looked in the cookie jar, and there were vanilla wafers. Okay? Who has a cookie jar without chocolate chip cookies? I have no idea. And to this day, I cannot remember one time where I have eaten vanilla wafers. I was so traumatized by this instance until now. So I am going to try. I don't know why I decided to pick these up at the store, but we'll see. I mean, they better be good because I don't even remember if I even got the wafer. But if you have a cookie jar at home, make sure there's chocolate chip cookies in there. There's no replacement. Then we're gonna have some Teddy Grahams, some of this, finish this stuff up, and some marshmallows. I don't know how I could possibly go wrong with all these things mixed in one bowl, but I will say that I did try one of these vanilla wafers, and it's not bad. It is absolutely not a chocolate chip cookie, but I think mixed with this vanilla pudding, it's gonna be a nice little match. Am I allowed to have two rich homies in one video? I don't want to wear it out, but I am loving every single bite of this stuff. That was so good, man. I could definitely go for another bowl, but I'm gonna be good. We're gonna cut it off right there. I did try to loosely count the macros, but I kind of gave up. So let's just say it was a lot. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I kept going on all these tangents, different stories that I had, but things just kept bringing me back down memory lane. So hopefully you enjoyed some of that. And if you did, please give the video a like. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Hopefully we will have some more amazing junk bowl creations. I was just thinking, I don't know why I'm still talking, the video's over, but the reason I think I love junk bowls, I think it goes deep into my heart and my soul. I think I have a problem with commitment. I just love to throw everything into one bowl, mix it all together. I can't pick just one. So yeah, that's my thought on that. How do you feel about that? Was that intriguing? Is that something you absolutely had to hear? Are you glad that I just wasted the last 15 seconds of your life on that? Cool. Talk to you guys next time.